Hi, my name is Antoine Stinson. I'm an assistant principal at Robert C. Hatch High School, and today I will be discussing chaperone training for the upcoming field trips that we're going to have at our school. So some of the guidelines that we like for our chaperones to follow is to make sure that you supervise and take care of the students as if they were your own. Do not be a buddy role model. That means to set clear, concise lines where students do not cross. We would ask you to behave and act in a mature adult manner at all times. If you behave otherwise, you will lose the respect of the students and you will lose your authority that you have with students that you're unfamiliar with. Do not talk about the misbehavior or problems you have with a student to other parents or non-school personnel. If you talk about those students and or staff in a disparaging manner, you will not be a chaperone for upcoming events that we're going to have at the school. I like to pride myself in remaining cool, calm, and collected. If you remain cool, calm, and collected when a stressful situation arises, you'll be able to think clearly and handle it in a justifiable way of conflict and resolution. If you need any help with any students that you're unfamiliar with, just contact the homeroom teacher. He or she will handle the situation appropriately as set by the guidelines at the school. Chaperones are not to smoke or drink alcoholic beverages while performing duties for the school, and your attire should be decent and presentable. So, who can accompany you on the field trip? Only your child in that particular grade, and only school age children enrolled at the school. Parents, guardians, or your designee or trained adults can also accompany you on the field trip or accompany the school on the field trip. Who cannot accompany the children on the field trip? Non-school age children, child in another grade, or an older brother or sister. Those are people who cannot go on the field trip or act as a participant in the off-campus event. So, what are some of your responsibilities? We'd ask that you arrive at the school at least 15 minutes prior to the scheduled departure. Monitor and assign group of students at all times. They tend to do the most things whenever they think no one's watching. Make sure each child in your assigned group is identifiable. We do this by either an armband or a colored shirt or a shirt with the school name or logo. Make sure assigned students use the restroom before departure. That can become a problem if you have a number of children who have to use the restroom while you're still having to chaperone the others. You have to keep your eyes on all students at all times. Responsibilities continue. You must ride the same bus as your assigned group unless adequate spacing is unavailable. This helps in the consistency so they see you. During transport, sit in an area or close to your assigned group. Supervise, assign the assigned group at all times. And that way you can become more familiar with the students as time goes along during the field trip. Report all discipline problems to the homeroom teacher or the assigned designee for that bus. When dining, make sure all children have been served before you eat. That way, you can monitor the students before they as they get their food, and before they sit down, to remind them to remain seated, and they cannot leave their seat until they have been seen by an adult, and the adult says it's okay. Make sure students clean their tables. Do not allow them to leave a mess. They are representing the school, and we want to make sure that our school is represented as well as possible. Always check the restrooms in the restaurants for students. We do not want to leave any students behind. That could be a big problem as time goes along and the bus may have to turn around or parents are notified. And always do a head count. You can follow a head count by assigning numbers to students or having students just to count out loud. Your conduct. Your conduct should be representative of the employee in the district. Your behavior should be representative of a team player. Together, everyone achieves more. This way, as we students are always watching us. They watch us from the moment that we step foot on the bus to the moment that we arrive at our destination, and they watch us whenever we are interacting with other adults. So we want to make sure that we demonstrate the best attitude and behavior as possible. Thank you, and this concludes our training.